Well, sorry about that. I had to turn the music down a little bit. Yeah, I know it's kind of late by the time that I got out here tonight, but been thinking about this, and there's just been too many things that's going on since Sunday's. Too many things going on since Sunday's message already, and this is just Tuesday. I mean, I told y'all in the message from the refuge on Sunday that you could expect false flags to happen just any time, more and more and more, because that's what's been taking place in our world. There have been many things that have happened. You can go back to just a couple of weeks ago, a week and a half, 9 days, whatever it was, to the assassination attempt on President Donald Trump. Yes, I said President Donald Trump because that's what he is. He is the president. Yeah, I know they managed to rip off the 2020 election and we got bumbling Budinsky, but they had that failed assassination attempt on him, and then just a week later, all of a sudden we see on the television we see old bumbling boom 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 boom, and he's been at a speech at the NAACP, and then he was to go to another one later that evening. But lo and behold, they decided that he was sick, tested him for COVID, and just immediately got him off, to supposedly back home to, quarantine. Imagine that. But now, it's been 5 days since anyone has seen or heard anything from him. You say, "Oh no, they got a tweet from him, posted a picture of his his letter saying that he was dropping out of the 24 election, and signed it supposedly." Let's dig into that just a little bit. You did realize that letter was not on the presidential stationery, right? Yeah, he would have had some of that. I'm sure he had some wherever he might have been. He had some. And the signature of all things doesn't match his signature. Well, somebody tried to copy it, but it's not the same. It's been looked at by professionals, and they said that no, it is not his signature. It does not appear to be signed by him. But it was posted on X. Used to be Twitter. Posted on X, and they've come out and they said it. That he endorsed old Camel. Yeah, he endorsed Camel for president in the 24 election. Yeah. Well, but the weekend has gone on, and he said that he'd be back on Monday and would give a statement talking about this. Well, it's almost 10:30 Tuesday night. No bumbling Budinsky, no Budin, and no anything from Budin. Well, that's kind of strange, isn't it? Kind of strange, yeah. Not even a call into the office. I mean, no, he's canceled. They've canceled everything, cleared his schedule, canceled everything. Netanyahu was to come and was supposedly on his way. And that's canceled now. Canceled. Huh. And everything else that was on schedule is canceled. And suddenly, of all things, old Camel Toes, yep, she was called supposedly by the Bidens, and asked to come to his residence. Yeah, in New Hampshire. Yeah. That don't seem strange, does it? No, ain't nothing strange about that. No, you're just gonna call the vice president and say, "Hey, come on over. We're gonna have a barbecue or something." While I'm sick and I can't talk on the phone, or I can't have anyone. I can't do a video on my phone even and try to put it out. No. So Camel Toe is gone to New Hampshire. Huh. Wait, hang on just a minute. I'll be right back over there. I think that I may have to kind of put this. I may have to put this on. Yeah, maybe I ought to put that on, because I realize I'm probably talking quite a bit like a conspiracy theorist, right? Yeah? Huh. Well, I've told y'all before that sometimes that conspiracy theorist is right. And lately, that's been right a whole lot. There's been a whole lot of people that have been accused of wearing one of these because they had some ideas of what was going on and they spoke about it. And so therefore they were branded as tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists. I'm one of them. Yeah. But I've been thinking about things. Can't help that. Kind of think about things once in a while. I know that's not normal for, what the leftists do. They don't really do that. They just believe what they're fed. But I have a tendency to think about things sometimes. Yeah, that attempt on Donald Trump, I mentioned it in Sunday's message. That reminded me of a grassy knoll. Yeah, that reminded me of that event. I was alive back then, and that reminded me of that event, a grassy knoll, where nothing was as it was supposed to be. Huh. The assassination attempt on Donald Trump was a grassy knoll event, in my opinion. Now, I'll put that back on, because that's in my opinion. That's what I see. It was a grassy knoll event. Huh, yeah. Well, they missed. They failed. All of their nice little plans didn't work out. No, my God had his hand on Donald Trump. Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. Our God had his hand on Donald Trump. He wasn't done with him yet. I understand that. I know what it's like whenever God isn't done with you yet. I've experienced some of that myself. But I'm going to tell you that I kind of got this feeling in my soul that everything isn't as it appears to be. It's not quite like they're saying. Now, again, I might have to put this back on, because I'm just kind of saying that they called Camel Toe there maybe for a different reason. Yeah. And the next few days will tell as to whether I really needed to be wearing this tinfoil hat when I say what I'm thinking, but I'm wearing it for right now, because I think that there's a very good chance that bumbling boom, is either very close to death or he's already passed. And that they intend to pass it off as, well, he was on his deathbed and called for camel toes because he wanted to talk to her one last time. And then I kind of suspect that if that's the truth, that there'll be someone there who, at the moment that they decide to say that Bumble and Boon has passed away, that they can swear camel toes in as the president of the United States. I'm just saying. There you would have it. There you would have what the deep state probably wanted all along. An opportunity to have someone that is completely in their control. There's no way in the world that this woman could ever win a race. She didn't even win her home state when she ran for president. There's no way. But then they'll have an opportunity to have her as the figurehead and then to put someone else in. Someone else that they will name as their VP. Who would that be? Who would that be? Hillary? I'm afraid of that. It could be Hillary. It could be a short list. There's not a long list of candidates that they would pick. There's a short list. And it's going to be the elitist that they choose. And keep in mind that Camel Toe she can't even finish a word salad. She's about the female version of Boon Boon. Now, that's my opinion. That's what I've got to say. I told you that there would be a false flag event coming very soon. That's what I said Sunday. I didn't know it was going to be quite this soon, but here it is. Something is going on. They're trying to cover it up. They're either covering up that Boon Boon is already dead and trying to work it out where they can manage to get Camel Toe in line and get her to agree to their terms. Or even if she don't agree to their terms, I wouldn't be surprised if whenever the DNC comes about that she's not even on it. Oh, she might get to be president for a few months. That'd be hell on earth during those few months. But then maybe it'd be Hillary. Or maybe Big Mike and Hillary. Yeah, I said Big Mike. I sure did. Because that's what it is. It's a Big Mike. But we know who's been pulling the strings all along. You can say whoever you want, but it's coming from the elitist, the head of the new liberal world order, the NWO, the whatever you want to call them. It's coming from those that think that they're going to have the opportunity to rule the entire world with an iron fist. That's my opinion. And as of today, I'm still entitled to it. I know this video probably won't be allowed to stay up. But I've come here tonight to tell you that. And I've come here tonight to tell you that, you might ought to be preparing for what's coming. Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you ought to be, kind of getting you a little something to carry in your pocket. Maybe you ought to be getting you something a little bit bigger than that. Maybe you ought to be getting you something long. Maybe you ought to be getting freedom seats for the things that you have. And maybe you ought to be getting stocked up. Getting some food in. Getting your pantry stocked up and under your beds filled up with stuff. Because something's going to happen. something is going to happen real soon. The election is coming up. It's 4 months away. And it's going to be just a regular clown show. I'd say a different word, but you know what it is. It's not going to be funny. It won't be enjoyable at all. Now, I expect that if we have a real election, that it will be a very obvious landslide for Donald Trump. But you can bet your eye teeth and your hind end or whatever else you got that they're not going to allow that to happen if they can stop it at all. And there is nothing that they won't stoop down to get their own way. That's it. Prepping Preacher, out.